Hey, what's up, Bears fans? This is Aaron, aka the Bearded Bears fan. Do a little preview review video this week of we have divisional matchups. We just won against the Detroit Lions in a dominating fashion, and this week we got flexed into Sunday Night Football with the division on the line against the Minnesota Vikings, who are a really good team. I'm glad it's not in Minnesota because I hate that Viking horn that they play every time they get 2 yards or whatever the hell it is. I swear to God, that thing just goes off constantly. So first I'm going to review the game against the Lions. Our defense came out and played really well. We got 6 sacks, including one, I'm sure you guys have seen it, where Khalil Mack pushes away a tight end, runs through the offensive tackle, and goes ahead and takes down the quarterback. And Matt Stafford was completely shocked that he got hit. I'm assuming he wasn't expecting. Obviously, it's from the blind side, so that was a hell of a play. Bryce Callahan played a hell of a game. He had an interception and a sack, and he played great coverage. I mean, I'm not sure what the numbers are, but he was all over it. Leonard Floyd got his first sack finally, so hopefully he can build momentum on that and continue going forward and get a couple of sacks this year. I've been really disappointed with him because, when you got Khalil Mack on the other side, all you got to do is beat your man one-on-one and you got a sack pretty much. But he has not been able to do that thus far. So he finally got a sack on Sunday against the Detroit Lions. Our offense, Trubisky, oh my God, Trubisky looked amazing. He was hitting all of his throws. He only missed a couple of throws at the end. He was trying to hit Gabriel deep, and I think a lot of that was just trying to keep the defense honest. They wanted to not let them just load up the box and stop the run at the end when we were ahead so big. So that helped stretch the defense a little bit. I wish he would have hit one of them, but it is what it is. It's hard to complain about a game like that from Mitch. He was hitting all his spots. He had 2 100-yard receivers. Allen Robinson scored 2 touchdowns, and Anthony Miller hit pay dirt with one of them. And he was abusing his man all day. Both of them were. They were open all day long. Great route running, and because neither one of them are a Devin Hester tremendous speed type guy. They get open with the route running, and Allen Robinson has big size as well, which helps him. But I thought the team looked great overall. Tariq Cohen, he had a few plays here and there, but it was a big wide receiver game, and we continue to see that. I love Jordan Howard, I love Tariq, I love all our weapons, but I like the fact that Matt Nagy moves it around and he can use different players to his advantage. So you can't just key in on one guy and shut down the Chicago Bears offense. You got to really, if you shut one guy down, somebody else is stepping up and doing their part. You know what I'm saying? Which is great. Obviously, that's the New England Patriots play like that. On defense, they try to take away your best player, which when they played us, they took away Taylor Gabriel, and if you remember, Allen Robinson was a little banged up in that game. So that cost us in that game. But that's what they do. They you try to take away Edelman, and they're going to go with Josh Gordon. You try to take away Josh Gordon and Edelman, then they hit you with James White. You take away James White, then they hit you with Sony Michel. That's kind of how the Bears are doing this, and I love it. I love the way we're heading because that's how you win football games. Someone keys in on something, you do something else and beat them, period. So I think I'm going to go away from the Lions game. Obviously, we all know we dominated them, which is great. There was no "we own the Bears" on Twitter. There was no Mitchell Trubisky's hot garbage on Twitter. It was pretty quiet from the Lions fans, which finally, I've been waiting on that all year long, even in the off season. So this week, Sunday Night Football, Vikings Bears, fucking the division on the line. I'm pumped about this game. I'd love to see Trubisky come out and have another game the way he did last week. It's going to be really tough against this Vikings defense. They got Hunter and they got Everson Griffin coming off the edges, so their pass rush is awesome. I haven't heard a lot about Anthony Barr other than he was getting beat by the Rams a lot. They picked on him a lot. But I don't even know if he's playing a lot or if they've got backups playing. He might be on the outs up there in Minnesota. I'm not sure. So if we can take advantage of that, that would be Anthony Miller's position, and I like the odds of Anthony Miller on Anthony Barr. So that's 1+ for us. And in their secondary, they've got Xavier Rhodes, which is he's a premium shutdown corner. They've also got Harrison Smith, who's one of the best safeties in the league, if not the best. I believe they have Sendejo, who's a strong hitting safety. I'm not sure if he's playing or if he's hurt or banged up. I thought I heard on one of the podcasts that I listened to that he might be banged up, but his backup is playing exceptional as well. The one thing you know about Mike Zimmer, he came from the Cincinnati Bengals. He was their defensive coordinator, and he is going to have his defense ready to go. So what we have to do is try to exploit what we can, take what the defense has given us, and I feel like this is a big Tariq Cohen, Trey Burton type game. Try to attack their linebackers because obviously with Tariq Cohen, you got to get the ball out quick, and that'll help mitigate their pass rush. So Hunter and Griffin will be less inclined to get home on Mitch, and if he gets the ball out quick, you don't have to worry about him trying to run around and possibly fumbling or whatever if somebody gets their hand on the ball. So if it were up to me, I would go with Trey Burton and Tariq Cohen and have a big game with those guys. And then if they start making adjustments and going after those guys, then you're going to have the outside receivers have more of a chance to get open and stuff. So it's a win-win. Our offense is averaging 31 points a game, and the Vikings are giving up, I think it's 21 points a game, something like that, something lower than our average. So something's got to give, and we'll see what happens there. Defensively, I think this is going to be a big defensive game, honestly. I see it finishing maybe 24-21, which I think would be awesome if Cody Parkey hit a game-winning field goal, get some of his mojo back, and because he played good against Buffalo. He's had an up and down year, and he played good against Buffalo. He had a bad week last week, obviously 4 times off the crossbar. You couldn't do that if you were fucking trying, you know what I'm saying? So he did go down to Soldier Field and kick yesterday. Helicopter went by and took a picture of him because when the Bears are good, Chicago's into it, and I love it. So but yeah, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Our defense, Kirk Cousins has a history of putting the ball on the ground, so Khalil Mack should love that because he has a history of putting his hand on the ball. So we should be able to get some fumbles. Dalvin Cook, I believe, is back to 100%, but if we can get up early and take him out of the game and make Kirk Cousins beat us, that I feel like that's our best chance of winning. Even though he has Thielen and Diggs, who are 2 of the best wide receivers in the league, and they have Rudolph, who hasn't done a lot this year, but he's still a solid tight end. I'm hoping that they'll keep Rudolph in to kind of chip Khalil Mack some, so that'll help us there. Thielen does play the slot, so Bryce Callahan will be on him, and Bryce Callahan has been lights out this year. So we'll see what happens there. Thielen's been on fire most of the year. I think he had one bad game, and that was a game when Diggs wasn't playing. So Thielen has had 100 yards in every game except for one. So Bryce Callahan, that'll be a tough test for him. And if he can play well, hopefully he'll get some respect in the national media that he's not getting right now. So, and then, of course, special teams. Cody Parkey's got to hit field goals. Their guy isn't that great either. They got they had a guy who missed he missed 2 game winners against Green Bay. They got rid of him. They brought in Dan Bailey, who's been one of the best kickers in history from the Dallas Cowboys, one of the most accurate. He did miss a few kicks his first game. I don't know how much confidence they have in him. If it comes down to a kick, I don't have great confidence in Cody Parkey, but I'm hoping for his sake that he can knock it down. Because if he continues to miss, it's only going to get in his head more, and it's going to be bad news. And you can be a playoff team, but you're not going to win a playoff game if you don't have a kicker. Period. If you can't rely on a kicker to come in there in a close game in the playoffs, they're all close games. So if you can't rely on a kicker to come in there and knock it down, then I mean you're not going to win the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So I think the Chicago Bears win this game. Like I said, 24-21. Or it might be 27-24. It's going to be close, and it's going to be I wouldn't say a defensive battle, because they're putting up 3 touchdowns apiece. But I really want to see, for Cody Parkey's sake, I want to see him knock down some kicks and put them through the uprights. And yeah, so that's my preview on the game. Bears will win. It's going to be a 3-point game. Cody Parkey gets back on track. Mitch Trubisky's going to look good. Like I said, I think this is going to be a big Tariq Cohen, Trey Burton type game. Anthony Miller might get some looks. He might have 50 yards and a TD or something. I don't see it being a big breakout game like it was last week for him and Allen Robinson. I see us trying to attack the middle of the field, and then, of course, Cohen goes more to the outside, but whatever. So, really pumped for this game. The division's on the line. Sunday Night Football. The whole world's going to be watching. And I think the Bears take care of business and move up in the power rankings. They finally get that monkey off their back. Everybody's saying they haven't played anybody. So the Bears get the win. They take the division, and we continue moving forward, and we get to feast on the Lions again on Thanksgiving. Bear down.